So yes, hello there guys, my name is Sean Sandbrook and welcome to Screenpart Worldwide, the show, episode 28. Now in this show I'm going to be reviewing all of the attractions that I've been to so far throughout this Halloween. Portaventura was great, Europapark was great, Horror Nights was great. It's all going to be in this show. It's going to be awesome. As you can tell, I've managed to get back into the world of theme parks after the little issue with that mask. Don't know what's happened to it, but we'll have to just keep a close eye out for that in the future. Anyway, without further ado, it's time to spook those titles. So yes, welcome to Screenpart Worldwide, the show. Hope you're enjoying Screenpart Worldwide so far. We've got over 15 videos in our playlist so far. It's absolutely great. I'm really glad that you're all enjoying it and stuff. As you've probably seen and watched some of the videos and stuff from the events, if you haven't, check them out because they've been really good. There's still a few more to come from the European Halloween scare events that we've been to. It's been absolutely awesome. The theme at the parks is great. In the process of putting on the theming videos, one of them went on last night, on Sunday, and the night before. So Portaventura's theming and Europapark's theming. I think that's the main thing about the scare events in Europe compared to the UK. They really theme the parks, make them look really good. In the UK, I think it'd be good if the parks put a lot more effort into theming, you know, more areas than just like the entrance areas and the other places in the park. It'd be really good. There's quite a few parks in the UK that do these Halloween events now, but sort of lack putting in a hell of a lot of theming. Obviously, pumpkins and stuff look great, but it'd be nice to see them put more stuff around the park, as you'll see in a few minutes of footage I'll show you in a second. But yeah, we had a really good time. First off, I'll talk about Portaventura. Now, Portaventura Halloween, I know a few of you guys who watch the show have actually been this week to Portaventura Halloween. Well, what do you think? It's absolutely great. Wreck is the best scare maze that I've ever been in. Absolutely loved it. Over 40 actors in that. In the CRC building, it's €5 for a run through. If you are going, obviously the event's on until mid-November at Portaventura. Recommend you get out there. You can get a cheap Ryanair flight out to Portaventura. Go and check it out. It's a really good maze, really good event. With 40 actors based on the film's Wreck horror film. You've got the chainsaws in there, you've got lasers, you've got like loads of people with guns and stuff. And obviously it takes you through the old CRC ride. So you've got all that playing on the screens and stuff. Really good addition. Definitely the best scare maze that I've been in. There's lots of actors, lots of jump scares, lots of people running at you, lots of fog, plenty of fog. There must be about 50 fog machines in there because it just keeps coming out and the smoke looks ridiculous. But it's just absolutely awesome, really good. I wouldn't say it's the scariest maze I've ever been through, but in terms of an experience, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So yeah, you've also got Horror Impenitence there. That was renewed a little bit for this year. Probably about 8 actors in there. Basically based on Penitence, which is the village of Far West, one of the areas at Portaventura. And it's got like the sheriff in there and stuff. And a little spinning tunnel at the end as well. Not too intense. I think that's more suitable for, you know, your older children, probably people over 10, I would say. In Spain, they love the horror, and quite a few kids seem to be going through it, and they were fine. So I think that depends on that. And then, of course, you've got the Selva del Mida, the biggest scare maze in Europe. And that is weekends only at Portaventura, along with the Wreck maze. And that's the thing, actually, about Portaventura Halloween. I think, you know, it would be much better if they had more on during the week. I know they don't get as busy at all. But it seems like quite a lot of their Halloween stuff is just for the weekends. So if you are going, try and plan a Saturday, Sunday or a Friday, Saturday, and at least you'll get 1 or 2 days of all the Halloween stuff, what they've got going on there. Really worth checking out. I know you guys who love the channel would really enjoy that event. Yeah, Selva del Mida, anyway, as I was saying, that's got about 50 actors in. It takes you through part of the Wreck maze, but it's not based on Wreck. It just takes you through some of like the house scene and stuff, what you wouldn't be able to tell. It actually takes you through that section backwards, which is quite cool. And then you got all lots of outdoor section. It goes through the Tuki Splash, one of the water rides. All goes through the Hudson Queue line for that. All around the Polynesia themed area of Portaventura. There's a bit of a mix of things. You got clowns, chainsaws, people like throwing pots at you and stuff. Really good event down at Portaventura. Brilliant park theming. But here's just about a minute's worth of footage of just what this event actually is like over at Portaventura. looks absolutely great there. As I said, if you can get out there this year, do it. If you can't, I'm sure they're going to bring Rep back next year. It's a really good, strong maze for the park. Really good. And of course, Portaventura has just been voted the best Halloween event in Europe as well, which is absolutely great for them. And I think, you know, it's a really good statement. It is definitely one of the best out there. It's a toss-up between that and Europa Park. Now, Europa Park, this was definitely my favourite Halloween event personally. You've got basically 2 events going on at Europa Park. So you've got the Halloween in the main park, which is all your pumpkins, all your amazing theming, and I think they do one up on Portaventura, to be honest, with theming. As you can see there by a bit of footage, they actually carve pumpkins with the Europa Park name in and make these sort of figures, as you can see there, and like a horse, spiders and stuff out of pumpkins. I think that was really good. One up on Portaventura there. They haven't just put them out on hay bale, they've actually done something. They've also got probably around 20 massive large-scale theming items what go around the park, which obviously does come out of Halloween, like a hearse, a longboat, a big carriage, stuff like that. And it's really good to see the park buying stuff like this, what can be brought out for their Halloween events, stored nicely, and brought out every year, reused again and again and again. It's a bit like the hearse at Alton Towers, really, on Tower Street, what advertises Scarefest. That's great. It'd be nice to see more stuff like that around UK parks, buying one each year, storing it, bringing it back out. I think that's the way forward for Halloween events, and I'd like to think that that'll happen in the UK in the long term. So yeah, and then you've got your Horror Nights, which is basically in a section of the park, and it's in the Greece themed area of the park, where Poseidon water coaster is, Pegasus. Basically what happens there is that turns into a separate ticketed event, around €20. It can vary on the busy Saturday night. But yeah, what you've got with that event is you've got 5 scare mazes, you've got 3 rides, and 2 scare zones as well, and a nightclub. But I'll go on to that in a second. So yeah, what happens in there, you've got your main mazes, Dead Inside, which was one of the best. I'd say Dead Inside or Takeaway. So Dead Inside, it's one of the newer mazes there. It takes you like patrol vans and stuff. What Europa Park like to do is dark mazes, and in this maze it's quite dark. You don't know where you go in. They turn the group around and stuff like that. The person who's at the back ends up leading, the person at the front ends up at the back. It messes it all around, and I've had a few different runs through that. On the quieter nights they did that quite a lot, and we were in there for a good 15 minutes inside Dead Inside. Really good maze. Then you've got Takeaway. Takeaway's a brilliant maze, my favourite one at Europa Park actually. Not the scariest, well it is very scary, but it's not as scary as Dead Inside. We were screaming a lot through that. And yeah, Takeaway is based on a takeaway, so you go through into your restaurant area, bit of footage there for you of the exterior. You go into your takeaway area, then you go into the kitchen, the toilet, then into the storage cupboard where there's cats running about and cats just coming out going meow. Really good. I just love the theme in there. Definitely the best themed maze of the year for me, and that I've been through. I absolutely loved it in terms of theming. Lots of jump scares as well. What Europa Park like doing is with their Horror Nights, when a scare is going to come, they have a light set up, they'll have a loud noise, so the scare will come like rah, and as that happens the light goes on and an audio effect goes off, adding to that scare level. Really enjoyed that at Europa Park with that. Then you got the Crypt, which is just next to Takeaway, and that's got lots of sort of spiders and sort of like shrubbery and stuff in there. It's quite a weird theme, but there's like a massive sort of Grim Reaper style guy who looks like is a static piece of scenery who actually moves. I think that gets people quite a lot. Really enjoyed that with the Crypt. Lots of crawling, there's cobwebs everywhere, bugs, lots of good smell pods in there. It really adds to that atmosphere of the Crypt. Really enjoyed that maze. And then you got Snow White, which is on the Matterhorn Blitz roller coaster. New maze for this year. It used to be another maze in that section before you got onto Matterhorn Blitz called Be Mine. But now we've got Snow White. Really good, enjoyed that. Lots of like white Christmas trees and stuff. Basically Snow White, jumping over that little fake buildings, apples, and that sort of thing, but with scary. How could Snow White be scary, I hear you all ask? Trust me, it is a pretty scary experience. They turn it round. And then of course you get a ride on the Matterhorn Blitz coaster afterwards. Finally you've got the Villa. And now Villa's been a classic Europa Park Horror Nights maze. It's the only maze at the park what's open in the daytime, so between 11 and 5 in the day as well, for theme park guests to enjoy for free. You don't have to pay extra for that, which is good. And then of course they tone it down for that. And then at Horror Nights at night, it's a lot more of a scary experience in there with the villa. It's basically like an old mansion, old house. You've got big statues, curtains, and then you go through like the children's bedroom, lots of jump scares, like a big toy box where a clown comes out. And again, they use the jump scares in there with the sound and audio track and stuff, which is really good, and the light shine it up. Enjoyed all the mazes there. You had the scare zones as well, zombie scare zones, very much like zombies at Alton Towers. I would say zombies at Alton Towers, you do get a little bit, you know, probably a little bit more intense actually than Europa Park's scare zones, which we quite enjoyed. They were good. If you have a look on the channel, you can see in the Screenpart Worldwide playlist where this video is. If you just look back by about a week, you'll see in there our videos from that, which was really good. Horror Nights was great, and then of course you got the Vampires Club, €7 to get in. You can do VIP for 25, but I would probably say just do the main floor, because VIP, you're a bit out of the way on the top, you're looking down on it. There's a bit of footage of the Vampires Club on your screen. Now a lot of you might think, well, that's some crazy strip club. It's not, because it is Poseidon's station. Now Poseidon is a Mack water coaster, and what they actually do is block the track off, turn it into a nightclub. How awesome is that? We really enjoyed it in there. That goes on till the early hours, like 4 or 5 AM. Really good in there. We had some good nights, and we've got a separate video coming to the channel later this week from the Vampires Club, which I'm sure a lot of you will like to check out, because there was, you know, it was really good. All the vampires dressed up. Well, I won't say dressed up, a bit more undressed, but it was brilliant. We really enjoyed the Vampires Club. So they're the two events that we've been to so far. Portaventura Halloween, Europa Park Horror Nights, absolutely fantastic events. Get out there. Personally, my favourite's Horror Nights, because I love the mazes, love Takeaway, Dead Inside, really good. Portaventura, a very, very strong event as well. With both events, obviously, there's little bits of extra stuff going on, like big shows and stuff. Ice shows, you've got Horror Nights, for example. If you want to look at some in more detail, there's separate videos going on covering the whole of each event this week, probably around Wednesday, Thursday. Check them out. I'm sure you guys will really enjoy that. That is all for them so far. So, which horror events are to come on Screenpart Worldwide? Well, we might have over 15 videos already, which is nearly as much as we actually did throughout the whole of Halloween last year. Told it was going to be big. But we haven't even got started yet. We've got Scarefest at Alton Towers we're going to be going to. We've got Fright Nights down at Thorpe Park. I know a lot of you have already been to that, and it looks like an absolutely great event. I'm going to go do my own take on it, get some videos, some bits of different style videos and stuff that are out there at the moment. Some great reviews and a vlog as well. I know you all love the vlogs. That's going to be happening within the next couple of weeks while that event's on. Also, we've got a brand new event. And what we're going to be coming on Theme Park Worldwide, well, Screen Park Worldwide, we're going to be going to Chessington Hocus Pocus. Now, we didn't know if we were going to make it to that this year. We've decided it looks like it's going to be great. We're going to be heading down there, doing some videos from that event. That's going to be coming up within the next 2 weeks as well. We're going to be going to Burton Screenpart next Friday, well, this Friday evening for the launch event of that. The first opening night, it's going to be great. Make sure you follow the updates on Facebook from that. And of course, you know, we've got all the usual stuff from Scarefest, Alton Towers, walkthroughs of the Zombie Scare Zone, a look around the park, theming, etc. shows. It's going to be really busy. By the end of Halloween, we're going to be having around 30 videos on the channel from Halloween. It's going to be really good. Hope you guys are enjoying Screenpart Worldwide so far. Of course, can't wait to go and see all the stuff in the UK, but I loved the European stuff. It was absolutely awesome. It's now time for your scary shout-outs. So yes, it's time for scary shout-outs here on Screenpart Worldwide, the show, episode 28. The first one is to Tom Terralander, Dan the Killer Bannon, Joe Killer, Nightmare Nathan, David the son of Dracula, Screen Park Fan, Worldwide Attractions, Creepy Cryptic Crazy Cameron, love that one, Mysterious Magdry, Daniel Graves, Killer King Nemesis, Jake Boogeyman Billings, Twisted Gaming, Krusty 118500, David Scott, Franken Gamer, Harvartian Kids, Chill Cabbage 43, I'm loving these Halloween names, Jack Andyland 113, Ghoster Dude, The Mid Joe, the Mid Bat, Reviewer of Torture, Charlotte Pumpkin Shataris, James Dialop, Harry Up Videos, Fishing Fright Night 04, I'm struggling with some of these ones, guys, Jack Screamington, Ninja Bat 20, Mr. Baker Games, 12345670126, way, Doubly Epic, Billy Bat Rutherford and Scary Collie 8. That is all for your scary shoutouts. If you have any, send them in via the usual method at Theme Park WW. So finally in Screenpart Worldwide, the show episode 28, we've got your terrifying moments. We've got 2 this week. First off, we've got Jelly Belly Jenny J on Stealth. Look like you're enjoying that there, and thanks for sending it in to us here at Screenpark Worldwide. And then next up, you've got Charlotte Shataris. There she is enjoying Scarefest at Alton Towers. If you have any shout outs or magic moments, make sure you send them in for our next episode of the show. It's going to be absolutely spooktacular. That is all for the latest episode of Screenpart Worldwide, the show. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll be back again in 2 weeks' time on the 28th of October for another spooktacular episode. It's just a few days before Halloween. It's going to be great, and we're going to be reviewing all the attractions we've been to so far. In that time, you're going to see many more videos coming to Screenpart Worldwide, from Hocus Pocus at Chessington, Fright Nights at Thorpe Park, Alton Towers Scarefest, Burton Screen Park. It's going to be absolutely spooktacular. My name's Sean Sandbrook. I need to get out of here. And that means it's time to spook those credits. Bye, guys.